Greetings, you soon-to-be reanimated husks, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to our newest full playthrough, now in the 3.3 patch, where everything has seemingly changed. Now, Unity is a really important resource, Influence is a little bit less, Unity now is used for so many things. The old admin cap system has been completely scrapped, so now maybe playing tall is a little bit more important, and playing wide is a bit more harsh. It's all hard to tell until we've tested it out, and so we are playing as the Eternal Corporation, also using the brand new Civic Permanent Employment. This is an altered version of the old Necroid Civic for the mega corporations, where rather than just, you know, having the necromancers, you have the reassigners, which produce zombies over time. So you instantly start the game with the ability to build new pops, similar to, if we go over here, the Mechanist origin over here, but instead of robots, you are reanimating the husks of your dead populations. But they do have the zombie trait, which means they produce less resources, are completely free upkeep-wise, and can't be specialists. So, lots of workers, working forever, paying off their debts. So the species itself is the Eternal Corporation. The whole point of this empire is that they see themselves as holy vessels. They are enduring and live long, prosperous lives. They are thrifty and able to get lots of trade value together. And with their faith, they believe that if you do not achieve certain things by the time you pass, you are not going to a better place, but instead you are damned. And because of that, those who do not achieve everything they are set out to do, well, they become reanimated and given a second chance to try and get all of that resource for the Empire and for themselves. It's actually a kindness to try and get them into a better place once they depart this mortal plane, and so we have the zombie workers, or at least that's what the priests are telling us, that's what the leaders are telling us. We are authoritarian, this way we get some more worker output from our zombies, because I really want to go heavy with the whole zombie idea. We have gospel of the masses, so all of our populations are producing some trade value, and originally I was tempted to go xenophile for more trade value. It's probably the better option here, but I want a more flexible empire. If we can become aggressive, I'm going to become aggressive early on. If we end up getting kind of locked and not really able to move, we'll play tall. I want to just see how the game progresses. I want to see how flexible this is. And honestly, there's so many ways to test out the new empire size system. I think it's best if we can keep an open mind. Okay, so this is how we're going to play. We're going to be playing on a medium galaxy. Apparently the game runs a lot better now, and honestly, from what I've seen at the very start, that is completely true. The game flies by and years are much faster, which is really weird to get used to. So I'm going with a medium one here rather than a large, just to see if that continues all the way to the end game, because I never expect the game to run perfectly on anything larger than medium. So we're giving it a fair chance. Crisis type is random. We have the end game of 100 years early, we have maximum difficulty, and we do have scaling difficulty on. I was considering having it off, but I really want to see how well the enemy scales with us. And remember, all that scaling difficulty means is that they start off with no extra bonuses, which are all the cheaty bonuses from the difficulty setting, but then by the time 2300 rolls by, they do have the Grand Admiral version, which is huge bonuses to economy, research, and navy capacity. Just makes things scale more consistently, hence scaling difficulty, I suppose. Really hoping this is a fun run. Now, I'm fairly certain I'm going to be playing very badly. I haven't yet done any real testing with the new patch, so expect me to make some mistakes, and I'm going to be rushing Unity quite a bit, which I still don't think going completely Unity is going to be a good idea, but that's maybe what I'm going to do, at least with the home world. We'll find out as we go. Either way, let's begin. Hey everyone, Future Lathrix here as usual with these full playthroughs, just to say that I really do hope you enjoy the video. Now sadly, this one has been split into two. The second part will be coming out hopefully within the next week or so. This week has been really hectic with me having to help out with our dog back in England, since sadly it's not doing so well health-wise, and sorting out stuff with my mother going into surgery later this month. It's been really hectic, so I've ended up recording this over the course of almost 7 days, where almost every day I've done a little bit of recording, and so so I thought it would be a disservice to force my way through everything and skip a lot of the late game stuff, so I'm splitting it into two. I really hope you've enjoyed, and as usual, I am also here to shill. If you like these full playthroughs, which do take a lot of time to put together, then likes and comments really help, because they can be utter poison for the algorithm, especially since it's a slower rate of production with these videos, but they are the videos I personally love making, and it's the reason I love my job, which is, of course, recording videos for YouTube. So, really hope you enjoy. I am really tired right now, most tired of future Lathrix ever. It's currently 4 AM, I'm just finishing off, so I really do hope you enjoy. And now, into the new patch, and into true unity. And so we begin near the top of the galaxy. So then, there are so many changes, expect me to stop quite a bit here, but I'll just go over some of the ones which will immediately affect us. So first things first, leaders now cost unity. Not only do they cost unity, they then have a unity upkeep. This means it's going to be very difficult to cycle through leaders, especially in the early game, to get the most perfect leaders, which is gonna take some getting used to. And also, because of that upfront cost, I don't think I'll be getting any leaders to begin with. Now, iSpec has actually covered this idea before in his video like a month ago, which is the idea of using your starting researchers as science ship researchers. They'll get nice levels and everything else. The minus 25% malice to the research progress doesn't matter that much in the early game, and you get to keep all that lovely, lovely unity, which is exactly what we want. So, let's go with this. Personally, I think leaders costing unity makes more sense than them costing energy in terms of a logic of the game kind of thing. Ooh. I'll do that later. For now, that's lovely. I really want to go with psionic theory, but if we end up going down the genetic route, that also makes a lot of sense to the Empire, so I'm not too worried there. But first things first, what I really want is lots and lots of my beautiful, beautiful priests. So here we are, we have the temple and we have our employment center. The temple is now producing a priest and a manager rather than just priests, so we are getting some trade value from this and lots of unity, as you can see. So this is from the employment center. It creates a reassigner. Reassigners ensure that once a mega corporation's citizens is passed on, their remains will stay at work until the fulfillment of their contract. Do we have any of the zombies yet? This is one thing I haven't fully checked myself. Oh, yep, we do straight away. In fact, I could have done this. Minus 25%. I thought it was minus 10. A bit more severe than I thought, but they have 0 upkeep. Now, normally, that would be great to spam them, just have them straight away. We instantly have loads of population growth because of that, but our empire size will increase based on population, and there's no way to increase our maximum there. So we are going to end up with increased costs for our traditions and our tech, and having really rubbish populations might not be the best bet. Although, yep, that's correct, that minus 25% doesn't apply to clerks. It doesn't apply to trade value. So maybe we could have a weird empire focused around zombie bureaucracy. Just like the real world sometimes, I suppose. I'm going to go with Discovery first, because we do have the new edict system. Rather than having a huge upfront cost, instead all edicts now are an upkeep-based system. Which means Map of the Stars is no longer loads of influence, so we can still expand nice and quickly. And those extra anomalies will be really, really good for our science vessels. Well, for our leaders. Okay, so now we're going over our Edict Fund, which has a base of 10 and a ruler skill plus 10. Hello, ruler. So at the end of the month, it will show I'm actually having to spend unity now every month to maintain this, because I'm 4 over, it costs 4 per month. Which won't be that much, especially since we're going to be buffing our priests with that, so definitely worth it, I think. There we are, so instantly we're going to have 3 temples. A lot of priests, lots of managers. You know, I think Eager might actually be a half-decent skill now. Trait. Okay, for this one, I'm not going to spend my current scientist. I really want that precursor done as soon as possible. I want that big unity bump to begin with. Now, because of our origin, we're not guaranteed habitable planets to begin with, so it's not a surprise the first 2 worlds I found are both useless to us. But What that does mean is we could go with consecrated worlds. This will be a good way of increasing our unity generation and spiritualist ethics attraction, which is very important for this empire, without increasing the empire sprawl. I know it's empire size now, but I'm always going to call it empire sprawl. I've been calling it that now for so very long. Starting to think maybe Discovery wasn't worth it. I mean, Map of the Stars is awesome, but at the same time, could have gone with expansion or something. Ooh! Well, that's lucky. Continental, not the best, but at least it sticks with our idea of using those worlds for something else. Ooh, and because it's continental, we can have these as owned pops. Because we are authoritarian, we can own them, which is pretty brutal to begin with, but nice and cheap. I don't know how cruel this empire is going to be. It's very on the fence. I don't think it should be really, really cruel, but still not kind? I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it will be cruel. It's all about trying to accumulate enough that our leaders will get to live on as... Well, we know they're husks, but for them, a venerated form. Okay, this is absurd how many useless worlds we've got. So, yeah, we're definitely going with consecrated worlds, 100%. And I think I want to go with ring worlds because of the planetary ascension system. So, as far as I can tell, this is really only useful for empires that aren't particularly big and have a lot of unity to throw around, because it's very expensive. It gets more expensive each time you use it on any of your planets. It increases the power of your planetary designation. For instance, this is a empire capital, giving extra stability and resources. So if I increase this, that increases by 25%, and you can do it up to 10 times once you have all of the Ascension perks sorted. But it costs an absolute fortune. So if you have a wide empire, it's not really worth it, or if you're not going completely mental into Unity like we are. But I think on a ring world, and on a arcology world, it might be worth it in addition to on the capital. That's my thinking, at least.
Upscaling complete.
For now, honestly, I just want the resources, as much as that is a terrible choice. Okay, good, we can already invade. Let's go. Okay, so the game assumed I wanted to own them. I can't eat them, can I? No, I can't. I can't eat them because I'm not a xenophobe. Kinda wish I was now, though. Food from jobs. The problem is, if we keep them like this, the stability on this world is going to be horrendous. But at the same time, I kind of don't want this population type. So, population controls enabled, and then indentured servitude, move over 2 of our main species, I think is the play here. They're going to be so unhappy. The stability on this world is going to be horrendous until we get some more... Wait, how can I tell which one of these is a zombie? I don't want to move over the higher tech. Oh, it's Unity now, influence. Okay, so much is now Unity, it's insane. Yeah, I can't tell which one is a zombie, which one isn't. Can these maybe only be a certain job type? Okay, one farmer is, both miners are, the technician isn't. So technician move over. Just because I want them to be leaders, since these won't be able to be leaders and we're about to get a couple, so I need at least 2 to move over. Is it going to be just random odds now? Yep, random odds, okay. Unless a zombie would be cheaper? No, these must be zombies, because there's only 2 of them. Okay, I would love if there was a way to quickly tell. So there we go, those 2 both shouldn't be zombies, perfect. You know what I should have put these as? Domestic servitude, just for a while, because it's going to be ages before we have enough jobs here. Oh yeah, the corporate culture site. So that's been changed now to be a Unity increasing building, which gets more Unity the more Ascension perks you have. Again, so many changes. We're definitely going to need a temple just for that stuff. Didn't I just give you population controls?
Situation log revised.
Okay, there we go. And then we can start making the undead there nice and quickly.
Research actualized.
You know, actually, Map of the Stars seems awesome. 10 years in, we have 4 out of 6 of the precursor already sorted. That's very quick, which means we could also rush a bit of unity. Maybe it's not worth spending all that, but that's what I'm doing. So I've gone with expansion because we have this here. Courier network, which reduces empire size from systems and colonies. I wonder if it's actually worth now finally having the trait, which reduces empire sprawl from pops. And if unruly is actually now bad enough to be an actual proper negative. So we are right next to another empire. I'm really hoping it's friendly, because a commercial pact early on would be so good for us. Okay, another world. Let's give it a shot. And venerated. So that's one above the other. Still not holy, but better. I can't roll twice to actually get another roll. So now we have plus 10% monthly unity, more immunities, and more spiritualist ethics attraction.
Situation.
Oh no, I wanted a spiritualist faction. Spiritualists are so much easier to please.
Evading competitive fleet.
Why is it more... Oh, is it because we haven't owned Pop? Pop lives on a planet where there are owned Pops. Darn it. Also, that's bad. And right in the way. Well, it looks like I need to actually get some ships sorted. Which leads me on to the next thing. Now, this is one I'm not fully sure about at all. I was going to just leave it, but might as well talk about it now. If we go over to Navy capacity, we can see this. Power projection. This is based on your Navy size versus your Empire size. The bigger the Navy, the more power you are projecting. Therefore, the more influence you get, which I think makes a lot of sense, honestly. It's just weird.
Foreign market leaders request contact. Outlier identified.
Seriously. Well, that is pretty lovely. Found our first neighbours.
Foreign market leaders request
Oh,
contact.
Trade League. And Fanatic Materialist. Upside, they're going to be friendly because of the Xenophile. Downside, Materialist, and I can't make a decent commercial pact with them. At least we haven't ran straight into an enemy. And we have another primitive civilization, which is just crazy lucky. So I managed to get a holy world, a venerated world, and a respected world. So I've got one of everything, which has led to me having plus 18% monthly unity, plus 9% immunities, and plus 18% spiritualist ethics extraction, which is good because now we have a spiritualist, so we can instantly promote the faction, which is now free, which is really weird for me. And then I'm also going to not allow robots, so that should make them happier. And so hopefully we'll get more of those as time passes, because again, easy to please, lots of extra unity, everything is good. Remember how early on I was saying it was going to be a weird choice between playing really wide just to see how bad the Empire size can be, versus playing tall and seeing how good that can be. We found another primitive civilization, so now I have access to Alpine as well. This one will be desert. We can go into any world now. What is this start? Now, there is another alien empire over here, and we just lost our fleet. By the way, trying to take these out, I didn't realise they were shardlings, so I used the wrong weapon type, and we were doing, like, minus damage to them, so I'll try that again. This time with lasers, since they're all about their hull and armour, so, yeah. Actually, do they have armour or is it just hull? Oh, no, never mind then. The other was neutral. These are good, yeah, so I should have still gone with lasers. Got it. Okay, this empire needs to be bribed as soon as possible. They are really not going to like us. They are materialist and fanatic egalitarian. Quite literally our opposite. How did you rival so fast? Also, there are snakes eating my energy, apparently. But right now, this.
Future market survey complete.
It's after the trade? Well, I don't really want to declare rivalry since I want to try and fix this, but looks like we might need to focus a bit on our military. One vision and consecrated worlds. We are really going all out with our unity here. The serpents in the planet have converted some of our mining equipment into transports for travelling between their subterranean world and our surface world. They have damaged our ecology significantly. Although the Hiss are unleashing chaos, our scientists suspect that they might be a diversion. Oh. The snakes haven't taken all of our mining equipment. You know what? I'm not really grabbing any minerals, so I want to see what happens after that.
Actualized.
Okay, now we can finally get out of there. Well, I'm going to close borders to you, I'm afraid. Still rival, yeah, there's no way we're going to ever be friendly with you, so declare rivalry as well. And get to work building a bastion right now. So, I've got a defensive pact, so thankfully the other AI Empire is coming to my aid. I don't know how strong this one is, though. We do have our bastion being built. We have hangar bays, thankfully, which are quite strong in the early game. They may have the ship. Goodbye, serpents. That was a fun new event.
Identified.
Now, what do I go from here? Mercantile obviously is really good for us, though. Prosperity does allow us to have more specialist output, so more unity and everything else, along with more clerks, which are both really good for us. Extra resources as well from everything. I think probably prosperity into merchant. Oh, although we could go diplomacy and try and rush a federation, because then we can turn our trade value into consumer goods and unity. Oh, it has to be diplomacy, right? How difficult would it be for you to be a federation member? No, nope. This is going to be a really, really, really early federation. It has to be diplomacy. To the Stellaris. A lone starship has slipped past tower detection equipment and slithered into the surrounding star system. The Ophidans have left the world with a series of subterranean lifts and a wealth of minerals. Your story has been uplifting. Does it actually give us anything? Oh, it'd be cool if it had a little feature. The elevators would be interesting. Lost Soul. We have found a bipedal robot floating in space. Its faceplate is featureless and its metal exterior is damaged. Preliminary scans indicate it has residual power, but its power source is radically different from our own. Its internal circuitry may hold its memories. Obviously we scan it.
Complete.
Once again, they tried to sneak past, but because our ship's on aggressive, we managed to pull them in, and so our strike craft dealt with them. Oh, and our allies are here now.
Market survey complete.
Yeah, there's no chance. This is going to be a status quo, but we do have to keep on building up our military now, so we can't focus completely on unity, which is a little bit upsetting, really. We have the desert dwellers now. I'm afraid it's one of the worlds we've decided is holy, so nope. This is an absurdly good wide start. I think the game is like, yeah, just see how bad it gets. So right now we're on 159, which means our tradition cost is already up by 14% and tech by 7%. That doesn't seem like much, but bear in mind we are only slightly above it right now. No, actually I think I want this one more. There's another empire down here. Hopefully we can keep on expanding in this direction. There we go. We can't form a federation while we're at war, can we? Which is really annoying.
Survey complete. Outlier identified.
We have uplifted a giant into our ranks. It hungers. This is of course because we are necromancers, so now we have a giant, an undead giant as one of our forces, and we're under attack again. Can we please the status quo already? Thank you. A new federation. A great day. So once the trade value resets, there we go, making loads of consumer goods now. Less energy, but also more unity. Lots of militarists around. I'm going to force you to keep liking me.
Potential market survey completed.
Oh no, that's something we definitely want. I think I can get it later anyway. Because right now I can't really get the energy required. Well, actually, can I? Because I do want this as soon as possible. Yes, I can. No, I can't. I forgot there's now a cooldown on that. Darn it. Please, can I have this? I really want it. Thank you. So now, rather than temple, we're going to build the Ministry of Culture, which will increase all unity on the world by 15%. Now, one thing I've noticed is this. This world type is amazing. Because, of course, we no longer have the admin worlds, we now have these, which increase the admin output by 10% and administrator upkeep by minus 10%. Now, administrators are now just the unity producers, and that is upgrading our priests. Our priests and our managers are both benefiting from this, so plus 10% unity, essentially, minus 10% cost is phenomenal. Definitely a really good world type. Now, although I am obviously going to be playing wide now and seeing just how bad this gets, I feel really powerful right now, but those modifiers are stacking quickly. But despite that, I will still try and uplift or ascend some of our worlds to maximum. Just see how powerful it is. Again, I really want ring worlds. So it looks like I'm going to be stopped here. That's fine. Still going to be wide, is it? Okay, it's still going to be very wide because we're just going to have so many worlds. But we're not going to have that many systems. So we're going to kind of be, unless we start conquering, we're going to be kind of in the middle, I think, of wide and tall. It's going to be a largish empire, but not massive. What I need to do is get strong enough to actually destroy this empire or take it as a vassal. Oh my god, the luck! First attempt! That was phenomenal! Oh, I'm not going to push it then. You know what? The Venerated can stay Venerated. Now I have 2 Holy, so now it's, how strong? No, it's plus 22%. Very happy with that. It's weird going wide but still focusing on unity. I don't see this as a smart choice, but it's what we're going to do. We just want as many priests as possible and as many zombie clerks. Upside, this empire is getting really friendly with our other Federation member, so soon we should hopefully be able to invite them into our Federation, which is good because they're very powerful. Jesus, they're powerful. Yep, very powerful indeed. Downside is, I forgot my Federation member was also a Megacorp, and it stole all of the world, so now I can't put down any branch offices. So I need to do that soon with this empire. Because these are important later, because you'll get access to a special building which increases your diplomatic weight based on your economy. We're going to want that. So it's a shame that I've lost a lot of worlds there, and also that's just a lot of economy. For now, though, I want more unity. Ooh, yeah, that'll also increase our empire size. Interesting. Yeah, so although we do have lots of a stupid amount of unity already, traditions are up by 50% already. That is a lot. Well, that's one of the best events. We now have rackets. I respect their psionic ability. I imagine my species would as well. They're basically divine. They are allowed all living standards within our empire. The rest have not yet earned their ability to become zombies, to become husks, to become the chosen to live forever. They seemingly have. They're good with money. They're good at collecting things. They are, after all, the racket. And they are psionic.
Upscaling complete.
This has been the best start. I've ascended this world. So it cost 1,700, now it costs almost 6,000. So that's kind of horrendous, but the resources from jobs went from plus 10% to plus 12.5, so that's good. And then some more stability and more amenities. We could do it to this world as well. It's just going to be 25%, so it's not really worth it right now considering how many worlds we have. I think I'll save it because it gets more expensive for every world, not just per tier, every time you do this. So what I want to do is save it until we have a ring world or an arcology world, and then just rush that straight up and make a really powerful world. I think that's the best idea. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do this. Trade up twice. You. Don't even know why I made that one trade up, but still, we're going down prosperity at the moment. So, although we are getting absurd unity, Tradition cost now at 60. It is stacking up so quickly. I don't think this is how you should play a Unity Empire, but it's so fun and so stupid just to spam temples. We're actually quite weak. Our tech is terrible. Our military is pathetic. But you know what? We have shiny Unity. Prime's gone to war with us, so now, because it was them being the aggressor, I have claimed their home system, so they really better hope they don't lose this one. And I honestly think they might, because our ally, I think, is about as strong as they are. I've been building up my fleet a little bit just to get some more influence, and I even bought a cruiser off the Racket, so good luck to them. Though saying that, they have decent star bases. I don't know if we're going to be able to conquer their homeworld, but if we do, this game is just so spiraling out of control. So I've just finished off the library, which is one of the... I think it's one of the new archaeology sites, though it might have been added a little bit before the last patch. I'm not too sure. But either way, with this, we find out where the curators have came from, and it turns out they tried to get immortality and failed horribly. Then they blitzed the world because, well, the organism was that dangerous. We're going to keep it and increase our army damage by 50%. So that was pretty lovely. And with this... Oh! I didn't realise it's this one. This one will increase the power of our homeworld once we finish it. Well, we are just... We are blessed today. The Divines are insanely on our side. Which I'm really happy with. Normally, I'm not too happy if we have too much of a good start. There's actually a few times I've had starts this good, and I've literally stopped the video and started again because it's not that fun. But because I really want to focus on Unity and a wide Unity build, this is like the best case scenario, is that possible? It's been gifted to us, and now we have to give it a try. So Unity is still our main focus. I'm getting a little bit of tech now, but not much. Just here and there, I'll just throw down a few research labs. But almost every world, as you can see, is a Unity world. Lovely, so the take point is working better. I have heard that take point now is a bit more reliable, which means our allies should be following my vessels.
Engaged. Colonial enterprise upsizing.
Well.
Foreign market leaders request contact.
There's the curators, hello. Wait, what am I out of? I can't see what I'm out of. What am I out of? Rare crystals. But I can't buy them. Okay, what's costing me rare crystals? You. You know I'm just going to destroy you.
Potential market survey completed.
But I can't buy them. That's not fair. I don't have a minus for them anymore. Wow, that's annoying. I've never liked this. The fact that I don't have the correct tech means I can't buy or sell them, but now I've got a negative, which I can't get rid of. Of minus... Oh, no, it's gone. Okay, it did actually go by itself. Never mind, it's all okay. I just need to really sort out this empire quick. Our economy's about to tank. Thankfully, I can sell alloys, and I do have a surplus of you, so I should be okay till it's all sorted. And boom! Mind over matter is active. This simply means that our leaders are now latent psionics, giving them more research and more energy from jobs, and our spiritualist faction is happier, which in turn means more unity for me. Hip hip hurrah, I always need more unity. Unity makes me happy. Unity is all that matters in this world. Yay! On hallowed ground? What? Oh, whoops. Yeah, I forgot about that. Whoa, a lot of you are xenophiles. Why are so many of you xenophiles? Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. Still, 50% are in the right faction. That's good, I guess. That's a lot of unity, actually. Nice.
Potential market survey completed.
Okay, can I make the xenophiles more happy? What would make them happier? Because right now they're pretty unhappy, which means they're going to be, yeah, minus happiness. What you want? No purges? That's fine. I probably would never do a purge anyway, so that being prohibited is absolutely fine. All refugees welcome. That's obviously fine too. If I can find it. That's not going to happen. That can happen now, actually, since we've already gone to war with them all, so sure, passive study. Wait, your approval is higher than the spiritualists? Oh, never mind. Rock on, fellow xenophiles. The homeworld. The homeworld now has plus 20% resources. What is this run? Of course, we're going to try our best to... Exceptional is good, but I really want the perfect one. I really, really want the galactic market. Desperately. Now, annoyingly, I can't actually make a commercial pact with you because of the silliness here. Separate treaties is currently prohibited. They managed to pass it because these two are dum-dums. On the upside, I managed to pass invite members to majority, because right now only one of our members don't want the Devourers, which somehow aren't some kind of purifier species. Oh, is it because they're reanimator militarist? Maybe. Actually, there is something to say. Although I'm not the most powerful empire ever, the other empires are keeping up with me very, very well, and I've had an absurdly good start. I'm playing silly, but obviously the game's been on my side. Very much. So yeah, it looks like the main thing I'm noticing is the worlds are a lot better managed, and early military is a lot more drastic. Like, we got cruisers early, and obviously I love strike craft, which have a lot of bonuses early on, and we're just kind of in the middle. We're not even the top empire right now in terms of diplomatic weight. Forgot that mass extinction gives you unity, that's lovely.
Situation log revised.
As per usual, we're now breaching the shroud. Thanks to our ridiculous unity production, we've now got 5 of the tradition trees finished. So you can definitely play wide with unity if you're really insanely focused on it. Your tech will struggle though, because yeah, that tech cost has increased and we haven't really got much technology for our size, so other empires are beating us tech-wise, but none are beating us unity-wise. We're a unified people. Okay, this has happened a few times now. I've gone here because, for some reason, these keep on turning off. They're meant to last until cancelled. I asked a friend of mine if they're getting the same issue, and they are as well. Like, we can't figure out what's causing it. Just occasionally, for no reason, it'll just turn off. Now, it could be... Oh, is it? Never mind, I know what it might be. Is it getting a tradition which then brings you to 0 unity, so the game thinks, oh, you can't afford the upkeep, even though it's going to pay you at the end of the month, but you don't have the upkeep right then and there. So it then cancels them. That could actually be it, but that's really annoying if so, and needs to be really carefully monitored, because that's a lot of unity I'm just not getting there. Priest output and spiritual extraction and stability, I want those. Very much. How slowly are you bombarding this world? You know what, I'm going to lose my my undead here doing this. But at least it'll kill some of these things, so then it's nice and fast, look. There we go. Thank you, allies. Please don't lose my skeletal giant, and... the war can finally be over?
Secured. Research actualized.
Finally. That took way too long. Now, over to you. Do you still want to be in the Federation? Yes or no? You can definitely join, because I've changed it to a majority vote. Which means, ta-da, this whole section of Galaxy is now one super Federation based around money. Level 3 Ascension. Well, that's a contingency ship, but it's called the Ghost Ship.
Upscaling complete.
An abandoned science vessel is caught in a centuries-long patrol of the system.
Special project actualized.
But first, You're joking me. Oh, imagine if I actually managed to get a Covenant on the first attempt. I have literally never had that happen.
Actualized.
Okay, I'm really curious about this. Because, yeah, this is clearly a contingency ship. So what are we going to find out about it?
Inquiry. Research actualized. Research actualized.
Our science team has concluded that the abandoned ship, referred to as U-Boom, sure, in its command logs, was conducting experiments in the system, the goal of which was the creation of synthetic life. An accidental explosion resulted in the death of the ship's crew, as well as the newborn infant. However, low-level sonic energy detected throughout the ship's system suggests that the life form's ghost took possession of the vessel seconds before the accident. It is conceivable that the consciousness has spent the intervening centuries in a vain search for its mother. Unfortunately, at this time, we have no way of communicating with the entity, nor of helping it to find rest. For now, the haunting of the system seems destined to continue. Oh, that is horrible! Still contingency, but horrible. Unity. No, actually. Yeah, screw it, Unity. I was going to say we're earning that much per month, but still, Unity. I just went on like a 10-minute rant about influence, and I think I was ending up disagreeing with myself from the start. So let's try this again. Domination I would normally pick almost definitely here because I want the influence, but I also want to pick it now because of the empire size from Pops. But influence isn't as big of an issue at the moment for us. We are producing more because of our military, and we need to increase this, and we're going to get way more from our power projection, giving us 2 eventually. And we're not using influence for hardly anything at the moment. But the minus 10% from Pops in terms of empire size is pretty darn nice. Harmony does the same, minus 10%, so I'm tempted with domination and harmony, but supremacy is just so good. Having war doctrines, the extra navy cap, it's just such a good thing, and the extra fleet cap is even good now that leaders cost us unity. Not that there's too much need for more unity with us, but still. I kind of want everything is what I'm saying. Unyielding is fun. I think domination, then my last one may be supremacy or harmony. The influence isn't needed right now, and we can get a lot of it, but I do want to go down the route of megastructures, and that is very taxing on influence. Oh, also I'm currently at war to make them our minion forever, because I like them to be minions. There's a Gaia world there, and I think we're strong enough to deal with the enemies. Ooh. Yes, please. Can you please move here? Because as soon as this is all dealt with, I want to grab that system. Well, we didn't end up getting the perfect nomination, but we still managed to get the market, which means, of course, now all this is a lot cheaper. We only have 10% market fee. We are blessed by the Stellaris gods. A victory. Bet they didn't expect it to end like that. Okay, now you two can go ahead and take out all of these so we can get ourselves a Gaia world.
Potential market survey completed.
And once again, take point, just working great. Actually getting allies to help me clear out some of these mobs is just wonderful. Okay, so apparently they only wanted to help me a little bit there, but you know what? That didn't even work before. So I'm still happy. I'm still very happy. The game is also running incredibly well. We're now 70 years in, and there's been not a single hiccup. The AI seems to be doing better with their economy still. Overall, a lot of praise for this patch. We now have the archaeology project available to us, and all we need is enough minerals. Which was slightly more difficult than I expected. There we go. The home world is already being converted. Can I please get the things I actually want? What I really want is to be able to upgrade these temples and upgrade the culture site. Which I think has up... Actually, no, I don't even know if you can upgrade the culture site. Okay, Ascension Tier 4 is now active, so plus 20% from the Empire capital type. Archaeology is still underway. Our homeworld has undergone the Archaeology project and is now producing another plus 20% resources, and it has plus 50% population growth speed. So, because of the Ascension tier, plus 20% there, 20% there, 20% there, so a full 60% extra resources. Kind of love that. Can't believe I didn't notice this sooner, but we have a new district type here. For priests and managers. And we have finally upgraded our business management, I forgot what it was called before, but now it's the Nexus, which produces a full plus 10% unity. Maybe it's silly to do that, but you know what? I don't care. Glory to the unity of the homeworld. Okay, I think this bug is still in action. I am spamming Federation battleships only on this one station so I can have as many as possible, because I think I'll be able to go over the cap. Because the cap doesn't count until the ship is actually created. It doesn't see them as existing until actually made, which I know makes sense when you say it like that. But they really should take that into account, because we're going to have a lot of them. So I just spent like 20,000+ alloys on this, and now I'm spending all my energy on more. Who's our leader currently? Rasa. Ooh, Lathrix, but Rasa? Yes, chosen one. All hail the Emperor. Maybe bug was the wrong word. Odd interaction might be another, because I really don't know if this is intended or not. Just because I guess if you do have multiple Federation members creating ships and then they cancel, it would be really weird and would stop you from actually reinforcing ever. So I'm not quite sure how you would fix this. Maybe have the designs auto-cancel once the limits hit. It's going to be a while till we find out anyway, but for now, our fleets are getting pretty darn big. I am scarily close to having the Hive willingly submit to us. And let's begin. Okay, main fleet, I love you Federation fleet, you're gonna go this way.
Research.
Come on, hurry up and accept, I know you're going to.
We wish only
Thank
to
you.
protect our consumer base.
A lot of our stuff needs to be upgraded still. Okay, you go that way, and then I'll split some of the others in the other direction. This really shouldn't be too difficult. We kinda seriously spiked in power very recently, and it's really showing. It's mostly the Federation's fault, to be perfectly honest.
Research.
So now it's time to showcase what, in my opinion, is the true strength of a Unity Empire. I can have all of these active, just happily paying the Unity now, because the only thing I really want to do is keep on upgrading the main world's Ascension level. But these things are way more important, especially Scientific Revolution, and very soon, once I start having this as well, this will speed up how fast I can build my mega structures. I'm going to have the Science Nexus, and also want to start building my normal Science Nexus at the same time, so I can have two. Now rank 5.
Foreign market leaders request contact.
You face, not me, but the combined force of capitalism incarnate. I would recommend you get out of the way.
Research actualized.
Robots versus a skeletal giant. And the skeletal giant wins, and we win another war.
Competitive station engaged.
Beautiful. Now what we really need is gateway tech. Are you still at war? Could you stop being at war? Because I think... Oh, yep, we can actually get you to... You're a different species. Oh my god, both of you will willingly join me. And pay me. Well. We might actually get a victory screen before the endgame crisis. I have not had that in a very long time. This may be one of the best runs ever. All glory to Unity! Ascension Tier 8, now at 30% bonus just from being the capital. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. Is this new? Threatened. This empire views us as a threatening menace. It'd be interesting if that affected acceptance of things like the subsidiary status. Because normally it's difficult to make them accept without going to war or being their bestest friends ever and being stronger than them, but surely they understand that if they say no to us, I am going to take everything from them. Mind Science Nexus has been restored. So with that now, we can go ahead and grab, if I can find it, Galactic Wonders. And I've purposely not allowed my next tech to be chosen, so this way I've got lots of stored research for these two, the Dyson Sphere and the Ring World. So we can get that done as soon as possible, because I really do want the Ring World to see just how good we can upgrade it using Unity. And speaking of which, there we are. Ascension Tier 10, 35% extra resources from jobs.
We wish only to protect our consumer base.
Wales will take a while, but now we're going to war to make the Mandate our subsidiary as well. We already have the Hive. Sadly, the Union after the war decided against joining via just, you know, peaceful means. Maybe we'll be able to get them back later on as we just reach stronger and stronger heights. But for now, we just go to war with the Mandate, and after that we'll go to war with the Ancients to claim some lovely precursor tech. And by precursor, I meant to just say Fallen Empire tech. So the Ring World does cost influence. Okay. Well, that is very good to know indeed. I think we need minerals more so than we need alloys at the moment. Do we have any black holes in the territory? I thought we did already. That's kind of annoying. Okay, let's grab that. Then we'll make a matter decompressor. So we have the Ring World going. We have... Wait, would you have the other Science Nexus? No, yeah, we have one Science Nexus, one Ring World, one matter decompressor. So that's all three. Diligent, decaying drones. Our chief executives had all gathered for a hollow meeting to discuss the growth of zombie hygiene products when one of the heads of Animated Assets AIDS burst into the conference hall. One of the zombies on the planet have managed to work off their debt, they blurt out, noticing what they had stumbled in on. A pause stretched in the meeting before pandemonium erupted. Every assembled executive demanded to know how this might impact their reanimated worker supply. After some more analysis, it turns out this was only an extraordinarily rare case. Only the deceased, whose bodies had lasted a whole century, had managed to pay off their debts. A minuscule number on the grand scale. Our galactic corporation would barely notice they were put to rest. Well, too bad. I'm authoritarian. Just add some more zeros to their debt. Well, there's all of our alloys. Never underestimate the power of a bribed official. You're doing the right thing for your people.
Research actualized.
Except... There we go, that took ages. It's Sanctuary. This system is Sanctuary. I don't know when the Defenders got destroyed, maybe in the fighting, but right now Sanctuary's up for grabs. No construction vessels are nearby. Some science vessels along with mine are currently surveying it. Obviously my construction vessel is running in as fast as possible. It's a finished ring world with primitives. Obviously we want that. My fleets are also moving in since I am getting ready to attack the Fallen Empire. I think I have yeah, I definitely have enough forces to take them out, although not enough ground forces, so it's going to be more just sitting there for a while after that. I was originally going to try and take one of these by force, But honestly, they're not doing anything to me. They all like me. There's only a couple of empires left. I'm just going to try and take out the ancients. Glory to the Whisperers in the Void. Plus 15% research speed, plus 15% influence, and code breaking. Okay, well, so I loathe to do this, and I've probably explained this in the past as future Lathrix, but right now I am going to be calling this video here as a part 1. I will be doing part 2 within the next week or so. This week has been an utterly insane one for me. I've actually had very little recording time. This was recorded over the course of about 6 days whenever I had the chance, and honestly, I just want this video to be out because I want to give my opinions on the new patch as soon as possible, and because, honestly, I just think you would do a huge disservice if I forced this to go any faster to try and get to the very end. So we are splitting it here. In the next video, it will be us fighting against the fallen empires, taking over the remaining empires. I will guarantee I will take over everything as a true ending, regardless of the endgame crisis and us defeating it or being defeated by it. That is our main goal, to take over absolutely everything. And honestly, I'm really worried about our lack of tech. Yes, we have 8k tech, but we also have our tech cost up by 153%. So really, it's less than 4k. If you go by the old system of having 0% increase, we have very little tech. Our repeatables are basically non-existent. Now, thankfully, I do have our Federation quite strong, so I think I'll be okay. But I'm really curious to see just how much I've hurt myself by playing this weird half-wide, half-tall empire, mostly wide. It's been a really weird one, but overall, I've really, really enjoyed this patch so far. I particularly love the Unity changes for Unity affecting everything. I think that makes Unity so much more interesting, whereas before it was kind of a second thought. And now, I don't really understand how you're going to get all the edicts and everything going, especially the special ones, the ambitions, without really focusing heavily on Unity. In previous runs, when I've been tech-focused or even just wide military-focused, I've been able to get enough Unity to get pretty much everything going by the end. I can't see how you can do that now. Of course, I'm still a novice to this patch, and perhaps I've done a lot of things wrong, but yeah, really like this patch. The game's also running way better than it normally does at this point. The AI seems to be a little bit more competent with its management of its systems. Although we have steamrolled quite a bit, it's kind of because of our allies. A lot of them are still military equivalents to us, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed today's video, and again, I will be trying to get this video out within the next week or so. So if you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Really hope you enjoyed this first look at the 3.3 patch. I'm really liking it, and give me your opinion, because I know some people have been a bit divided about this. I just like being able to play proper spiritualists, because I've always loved spiritualist empires, and Unity rushing has always felt a bit weak. Now it feels more purposeful. Sorry, I'm waffling, it's very late at night, I need to go and get some sleep after I do some editing. Thank you and goodbye. Sleep!